Hi, and welcome to the first video in a new strategy guide project by the Stonemansons. I'm Thariahn, and today I'll explain our tactics for the 10-man normal Lady Deathwhisper encounter. This encounter has two phases. In the first phase, Lady Deathwhisper is protected by her mana shield. To move on to the second phase, you'll have to destroy the mana shield. In phase 1, there are a few events to be aware of. Every 30 seconds, Lady Deathwhisper will cast a Death and Decay on a random raid member. The raiders that are in the Death and Decay will have to move out of it as soon as possible. Every minute 3 adds will spawn. They first spawn from the western walls, then the eastern walls, then from the western walls again, and so on. There are two different kinds of adds, fanatics and adherents. The fanatics are melee mobs that can gain a buff that increases their damage and heals to them every time they inflict damage. The adherents, on the other hand, can also gain a buff that increases their damage and gives them a shield that needs to be dealt 50k physical damage by the raid. This is one of the reasons you want melee DPS to handle the adds. The adds can also decide to sacrifice their own flesh and return to the fight about 5 to 10 seconds after suicide as a skeleton. The adds will now be called Skeletal Fanatics and Skeletal Adherents. To take care of the Skeletal Fanatics, you need to have your caster DPS nuke them down, as they are now immune to physical damage. And it goes vice versa for the Skeletal Adherents, as they are now immune to magical damage and can only be killed through physical damage. In our raid, we have 3 DPS that are preferable melee on the adds, while the 2 or 3 DPS are on the mana shield the entire fight. After adds have been killed, the 3 DPS can go on the mana shield until the next wave of adds spawns. The faster you get the adds down, the more time you have to focus on Lady Deathwhisper's mana shield. When you get her mana down to 10%, stop your DPS and make sure all the adds are down and no adds will spawn within the next 10 to 15 seconds before you enter phase 2. This will avoid the chance of having adds in phase 2. After you enter phase 2, the adds will no longer continue to spawn and you can focus on the Lady of Death entirely. There are a few abilities to be mindful of in phase 2. Every 8 seconds you will cast a Frostbolt volley, dealing around 12k damage on every raid member. Also, spirits will now spawn within 15 yards of a random raid member. These spirits will chase that member, and if the spirit reaches a target, the spirit will explode and deal around 17k damage to that raid member. To avoid this damage, the raid member has to kite the spirit until it despawns. Furthermore, in phase 2, Lady Deathwhisper will continue to cast Death and Decay. That is everything you need to know about the Lady Deathwhisper encounter. The normal encounter of Lady Deathwhisper is not hard at all. Nevertheless, good luck. Hope you enjoyed the movie, and thanks for watching.